Well, our fathers grew up together in Sugar-Salem. In fact, our grandfathers served in a bishopric together. So I had always heard about Lyle Bowen and Jackie Bowen because they were friends of my parents. They went to school together. But I had never met any of their children. And one day I was working in my father's potato warehouse, getting ready to go back to BYU for the fall, and Lyle, Shayne's father, stopped in. My dad was one of his clients, so he stopped in to check on his client, and I met him, and he asked me if I was engaged or serious with anyone, and I said no. And he said, well, my son Shayne is coming home from his mission in 1 week, and I will have him give you a call. So a year went by, and I ran into
My
Lyle.
father didn't tell me. My father didn't tell me.
Well, a year went by, and I think it was the same location. I can't remember specifically, but I ran into his father again, and he said, oh, you're still not married, and you're not engaged or anything? And I said, no. And I don't know if he felt sorry for me, but he said, I'll have my son Shayne give you a call. And so Shayne called me on the phone and lined up. It was a blind date, and we went out to dinner, and we just hit it off. It was love at first sight, and it was like coming home when I met him. And
I need to tell you, on our second date, we were sitting at the piano. Lynette's a wonderful pianist. She said, what do you want me to play? And her mother was there, and she said, she can play anything. This was our second date. So she was playing the piano, and I knew that I was going to marry this woman.
Already?
The second date. Now, Lynette tells me she fell in love with me the third date, so I've always loved her more than me, and she'll never catch up. But on the second date, I knew that she was the one. And 4 months later, we were married. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just want you to know that I've loved her longer than she's loved me.
And you'll always love her more.
but not
That's
more
right.
deeply. So. No, my sisters always tease me, well, you got your handsome prince, and he took you off on the white horse, and I got my knight in shining armor, and he's always been armed with righteousness,
And what greater compliment?
has always cherished and loved me, and that's meant a lot to me.
And I will be all of eternity striving to be worthy of this choice daughter of God. She is unbelievable.